Assalamualaikum. 12th standard. We have started with the solution of question paper. We have already solved section A, B, C. Now today we'll see section D. Section D. This section is for 12 marks. Section D is for 12 marks. Means the question will be major question. See, how many questions will be there? See, it is like attempt any 3 of the following question. Attempt any 3 of the following question. Means here you have to attempt 3 questions in this session. All question will be major question and many questions will be direct question, so that you can write directly the answer. See here, we'll start with first question. Question number 27. See, as I said, attempt any 3 of the following question. 5 questions total will be there. You have to attempt any 3. Means 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. 5 questions will be there. Out of that 5, you have to write any 3 questions. Any 3 you can solve. 1 question will be for 4 marks. See, question number 27. Describe the structure of a mature Anatropous ovule. Describe the structure of a mature Anatropous ovule of a typical angiosperm plant with a neat label diagram. See what? First you read the question twice or thrice and first think about what the question demands. See, the question says, describe the structure of a mature Anatropous ovule of a typical angiosperm plant with a neat label diagram. Means you have to describe the Anatropous ovule and also you have to draw the diagram of this ovule, Anatropous ovule. Now this question is from chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, that is reproduction in lower and higher plants. And see, I have written here page number also. As this is a direct question, you will get directly the answer of this question. Describe the structure of an Anatropous ovule. Means here you have to write the structure. Means you have to first write what is Anatropous ovule and its different parts. Means first you have to draw the diagram and label the diagram. If you draw and label the diagram, then you will get 1 marks. And if you write the structure, means in this question, see, it is divided into 2 parts. Means here you have to describe also and you have to draw the diagram. Okay, means first you will draw the diagram of Anatropous ovule, then you will label the diagram of Anatropous ovule, and later on you will describe the structure of Anatropous ovule. Okay, means, and if you write in this way, means you draw the diagram, you label the diagram and you describe the parts of the Anatropous ovule, then you will get 4 marks. As this question is for 4 marks, you will get 4. If you miss anything, you do not draw the diagram or you do not label the diagram, then you will miss your marks. Okay? So you have to draw the diagram, you have to label it, because the question says you have to draw label diagram. Means you have to draw the diagram, you have to label it, then you have to describe the structure of an Anatropous ovule. Then you will get 4. So this is a direct question you will get in chapter number 1, page number 4. Direct answer for this question. Very simple. I hope you will study these questions the answers of this question which I am giving you. The next question is question number 28. Question number 28. What is a dihybrid cross? What is a dihybrid cross? Explain with suitable example and checkerboard method. What the question says, what is a dihybrid cross? Means here you have to write about dihybrid cross. You have to write definition of dihybrid cross. And then you have to explain this dihybrid cross with the help of a suitable example. You have to write one example and also checkerboard method. Checkerboard method we have studied, that is also known as Punnett square. We have already studied this and this is present in chapter number 3. In chapter number 3, page number 51, you will get directly the answer of this question. Means here what you have to write? You have to write the definition of dihybrid cross. Then you have to explain with suitable example. Means you have to first explain the example and then you have to write the checkerboard. You have to draw the checkerboard, that is Punnett square. The example should be explained with the help of the Punnett square. If you explain this example with the help of Punnett square and you will define the answer, then you will get 4 marks for this question. Okay? So what is question number 28? What is a dihybrid cross? Explain with suitable example and checkerboard. The next question is question number 29. Question number 29 is give an account of structure of hindbrain. Give an account of structure of hindbrain. See this, if you read the question, in this question, give an account of means you have to simply write the structure of hindbrain. No diagram, nothing. You have to simply write the points of hindbrain. Very simple question. This question you will find in chapter number 9. Chapter number 9, that is control and coordination. In control and coordination at page number 194. On this page, page number 194, you will find directly hindbrain. Directly hindbrain is written. Means here you have to just write the points of hindbrain. You have to just write the structure of hindbrain. If you write the structure of hindbrain, you will get 4 marks. Very simple question. Means here, if half mark is for 1 point, means total here you have to write 8 points. If you write 8 points, then you will get directly the marks for this question, that is 4 marks. Means in this question there is no diagram. Very simple. Just to continue with writing the point. Here nothing is described. You have to write the function or something else. But you have to write just 8 points. You will get 4 marks for this question. Very simple question. Okay. Next question is question number 30. Question number 30. Observe the diagrammatic representation of double circulation. Observe the diagrammatic representation of double circulation and answer the following questions. See here one diagrammatic representation is given of double circulation and there are 4 questions given. So you have to answer these 4 questions. See, 4 questions are present means 1 mark for each question. 1 mark, 2, 3, 4. 4 marks for 4 questions. So this question you will find in chapter number 8. Chapter number 8 is respiration in circulation. And in this chapter on page number 164, you will find the answer for this question. Okay. So what is the first question? Why is the circulation shown in the above diagram called as double circulation? Why is the circulation shown in the above diagram called as double circulation? Means you have to here explain about the double circulation. Why this circulation is called as double circulation? You have to explain you have to define the double circulation. This will be your answer for this question. Then second is, what are the two main routes of double circulation? What are the two main routes of double circulation? The two main routes you have to write of double circulation. Then which blood vessels, third question is, which blood vessels carry oxygenated blood to heart and deoxygenated blood to lungs? Which blood vessels carry oxygenated blood to heart? Which blood vessel carry oxygenated blood to heart? See, this is heart. Carry oxygenated blood to heart. So you have to write the name of the blood vessel. And deoxygenated blood to lungs. And deoxygenated blood to lungs. You have to write the name of the blood vessels. The next question is, which blood vessels carry deoxygenated blood to the heart? Which blood vessels carry deoxygenated blood to the heart and oxygenated blood to the body organs? And oxygenated blood to the body organs. Means you have to write the name of the blood vessels. Okay, very simple question. The direct answer is present. If you see page number 164, you will find the answer for this question. It is explained very well. And if you see the diagram, then also you will explain the answer of this question. Okay, and I also have explained while explaining the question. If you have seen, then you have understood what I have told you to write for this answer. The answer for this question. Okay, so what is the question number 30 is to observe the diagrammatic representation of double circulation, and then you have to explain the answer. 4 questions are present. For 4 marks, you have to read the question thoroughly, then write the answer for this question. Okay, 1 marks for each question is present. 4 questions will get 4 marks. Very simple question. Direct answer is directly, you can see, if you see the diagram, you will find the answer. Means your answer is written in the question. Okay, other question you have to write you have to think about the answer. Na? Here answer is present in the question itself. Full answer is present in the question itself. You have to just find out and write. Okay, it is you can see English web diagram is present. Your webs are present and you find and you search the answer. Similarly, here also is there. Okay, you can find the diagrammatic representation. Every answer, everything is present here. But you find out your answer and write. Very simple. Next question, the last question is, enlist and write in brief about the different biological tools required in rDNA technology, recombinant DNA technology. Okay, what is the question? Enlist and write in brief about the different biological tools required in rDNA technology. Now this question you will find in chapter number 12, that is biotechnology. In this chapter, on page number 275, directly the answer is given for the question, that is biological tools. Different types of, 3 types of biological tools are present, that is enzymes, cloning vectors and competent host. So about these 3 biological tools you have to write. First you have to write the name. Means the biological tools are enzymes, cloning vectors and competent host. If you write these 3, then you will get 1 mark. And then you have to explain about all these biological tools. Means enzyme, you have to explain enzyme, you have to explain competent host, cloning vector, and third is competent host. If you write this in this way, then you will get your full marks for this question. Because this is a direct question, it is there in your chapter number 12, page number to 175 biological tools. Heading is written biological tools, and in that you will write find A. A is enzyme, B is cloning vector, and C is computed host. Okay, if you write this, you will get directly 4 marks for this answer. Okay, so students, we have solved one paper. We have seen solving of one paper, how to write answers for the questions I have explained you. I hope you will study the answers of this question and you practice this writing of the answer at your home. This will be helpful for you in your future exam, because we are no exams are conducted. So this question will, if you study the question at home, then you will get benefit in your final exam. You will know the way of writing the answer in your paper, final exam paper. Okay, so we have solved one question paper. Next time we'll start with another question paper and we'll solve that another one. Okay, so first you solve this paper and check your answer at your own. See what you have studied and what you have written. You have written right answer or not. You will understand. You judge yourself that you are knowing the answers of this question or not. Okay. Thank you.